and let the kids play during the game. You don't need to bark out instructions every 2 minutes. Let them play. Let them play. I think the issue is now is that whether we live in the city or whether we live in a different time, I'm not quite sure, but we just went out in the playground at my age. I'm sure Dave the same way. I'm sure everyone in this room, we just played. And the kids now, they don't play. And so they look for adults to basically run everything for them. And when things go badly, they look for adults to help them. Sometimes you just got to let the kids fail, let them fail on their own on the field, and try to see if there are any leaders on your team that are going to emerge. This is what's plagued my high school program for years, and I've talked to other high school coaches, and I've talked to other youth league coaches. They say, oh, there's no leadership on the field. You know, we're playing a game the other day, we make 3 errors, and things are starting to break down, and the kids are looking at me for help. Well, I'm not on the field, I can't help them. I was waiting for one of my kids to call timeout, walk to the mound, settle everyone down, have a team meeting on the mound, and do it themselves. And they didn't do it because they don't play on the playground.
And there's reasons for that. When we were growing up, baseball was more of a culture than a sport, where you picked up baseball right away. It was like ingrained in you from your parents, from your neighborhood. You just played. There wasn't a hell of a lot to do. Okay, there wasn't video games. We had pinball games, 10 cents a throw. Okay, but really, and all we could do was play sports, and that's what we did. And it was encouraged by our parents, and they weren't around. My dad would throw to me on Sundays, but he was working 6 days a week. But I played with the neighborhood kids, and we had our own leaders, and we organized our own games, and it's a different era now. This is a sport for them now, and you guys got to organize it because they don't want to do it. Where are we playing today, Dad? Where are we playing today, Mom? I wish it'd go back to the old days, but it never is. So we just have to encourage them to be more proactive, more leadership, and see the game the way we saw it when we were growing up, as fun and as more of a culture than a sport.
And that's the challenge of coaching, is trying to figure out when to be hands-on and when to be hands-off. But I would encourage you guys during games to sometimes be a little more hands-off. Try to see if there's any youth leaders that might emerge, and you might be pleasantly surprised.